Hi. I don't know where you're from or how you got here, but I am so glad that you came. I'm Mindy Stern, and today we are going to have lesson number 4 in the Creating Money workshop. It's a workshop, fantastic workshop based on the book Creating Money by Sanaya Roman and Duane Packer. I'm going to put the link below where you can look at the book at Amazon and maybe buy it or get it from the library. A fantastic book that talks about how you can use energy to actually magnetize things and bring things, money, things, objects, people into your life and lead the life that you want to do. And this energy work is so simple to do, and that's why I'm here to give it to you. I want the whole world to hear what is in this book because it makes bringing things into your life really simple, easy, and also quick. Okay? The workshop is a 12-session workshop, and this is lesson number 4. Now, it's built in a way that you can come to any one of the lessons that you want to come to, and it's standalone. However, I do recommend that you come to as many as possible, and that you do it in sequence if you can, because then you go through a process of understanding and practicing these techniques of using energy in order to create money in your life, create money, create wealth, create material things. It's a wonderful, wonderful concept and easy to do. Okay? To go over just a little bit of a review, I said that we are in lesson 4. So I just want to remind you that in lesson 1, we talked about you being the source, where we talked about you actually can create whatever you want in your life. And we talked about techniques of visualization. In lesson 2, we talked about the higher qualities that you want to enjoy when you bring these wonderful things into your life. Love, security, well-being, etc. Lesson number 3, we got down a little bit more practical. What is the essence of what you want to bring into your life? The functionality, the technical issues of the things that you want to bring in your life. And we used a little bit more of work with your senses. You know, seeing, feeling, touching, smelling. Those are the things we talked about as far as being able to define what you want to bring into your life. And today we're actually going to talk about magnetizing what you want. What is it? What is a magnet? How do you become a magnet to bring the things that you want into your life? Okay? A little bit of something that's important to say is in all of the lessons that we're talking about, we talk about, in all the lessons of this program, we talk about having clarity. Okay? It's important when you want to bring things into your life, you want to magnetize things into your life, you want to attract things, you need to be very, 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 very clear on what it is that you want. And we spoke a lot about that clarity, building that clarity in the first 3 lessons. Today we're going to talk about an actual technique of how to become a magnet. Okay, how to use this energy work, how to create energy work and use it to magnetize whatever it is that you want into your life. First, I want to speak a little bit about energy work in and of itself. You know, we are so used to doing physical work, really, building things, working on the computer, making sales calls, doing our marketing, writing programs, sitting with our clients. These are all wonderful things to do, and they're necessary to do. But we do them by routes, and we do them in a lot of times in a very functional, step-by-step way. What I want to suggest here that you do is actually use energy work to make the physical work, the actions that you take, to make them easier, to make them quicker, to make them more exact. When you have the combination of energy work, which is what we are doing here in this course, we're learning how to use energy. When you have the combination of energy work and action, it makes the actions a whole lot easier, much more clear, and you get the results much faster and actually better, because if you're really clear on what you want, you get the results that you ask for. Okay, so the clarity is really very important. What I'm going to recommend you do is the things that you learn here in this course, use them every day in big things and in small things that you want. Try to focus on creating an energy and defining what it is that you want. Do the energy work, which could take a couple of seconds, you know, a minute. of your time before you really take action. And you'll see that the combination will actually create whatever it is that you want a lot easier, a lot faster. It'll be more exact. Okay, you're not leaving it up to some kind of external energy. You're actually creating the energy yourself and magnetizing whatever it is that you want to you. But again, it's not just, imagination and visualization without any action. The energy work, requires action, okay, taking steps. But if you do the energy work, which only takes a few moments, the actions that you take will be a lot easier, a lot faster, a lot quicker, a lot more exact. So what is this thing called magnetism? Magnetism, in this concept that we're going to be talking about in this workshop, is actually turning yourself into a magnet, to generate around yourself and through yourself a magnetic field which is actually attracting things to you. Okay, you're actually using this energy work, you're actually going to generate from your body, believe it or not, a magnetic field, which is really quite amazing. So some of the techniques that you can do in order to try to feel this magnetizing, to see it, to connect it with your mind a little bit and not just with your heart, is you might want to try to imagine a magnetic coil circling yourself. Or if you close your eyes, inside your mind, imagine this magnetic coil, an energy coil that can circle like a funnel maybe, even around your body. Create that funnel. Connect with the energy of that coil, okay? Create the coil. The coil, if you close your eyes and you can't imagine the coil, it's all right. You don't have to see it visually, but you can think of the concept of a coil and see if you can generate some sort of feeling in your body that actually something is surrounding it, or that the energy in your body increases, or maybe you'll have tingling in your blood or in your hands. That's all creation of energy, the magnetic field that you're creating. Okay, you can imagine it as a symbol, as the coil. You can imagine it as a feeling in your body. You can imagine it as a full deep breath in your body, but concentrate on what kind of energy comes up. For every individual, it's different. But one of the tools that you can use to generate that the first time is think about a coil. Think about a look, a symbol that can represent for you magnetic energy, and imagine it, okay? Feel it around you. See it in the room that you're in. When you do this exercise of imagining or feeling it or closing your eyes or thinking about the coil, it does not have to be something, heavy and difficult and oh, I don't feel it, hard. It doesn't have to be something hard. It's so energy. It's so easy when you are creative and you use your inventiveness and spontaneity and your intuition to create any kind of tool, magnetic tool or energy tool. Then it works a lot better. Once you start using your mind too much and saying, "Oh, is this right? Oh, is this okay? Oh, do I feel it?" It kind of reduces the energy. So just go with the flow. Close your eyes, think about it, and see if something comes up. Even if something doesn't come up, a feeling or a picture or a sensation doesn't come up, that does not mean that it's not working. Okay? Try to be spontaneous and trust that it's going to happen. Okay? And then it will happen. When you feel this energy of magnetism, whether you feel it in your mind, or you feel it in your heart, or you feel it in your body, or you sense that something is happening around you, that feeling is much more important than the steps you're taking in order to get there. Okay? If you close your eyes and you feel it, then that is good enough. Okay? The feeling that you are generating energy, whether your eyes are open or closed, it doesn't really matter. The feeling that you are generating some sort of energy around you, some sort of magnetism around you, is much more important than the steps. Once you experience the sensation, and you can latch onto that feeling, that sensation, that picture, then you actually have become a magnet to the things that you want. Okay, so you want to Get into a state where you are feeling magnetic. You are feeling energy. You are feeling that it is coming out of you. Okay, and then you can start to magnetize things into your life. Then you become really a magnet. You're attracting so many things. So I want to give you a little bit of a clarity on what you can and what you cannot magnetize into your life. Okay, you can magnetize into your life money, objects. You can magnetize into your life qualities, essence, functionality, qualities of being, qualities of things that you want to have, sensations you can magnetize into your life. You can magnetize into your life people like you can employees, employers, suppliers, customers, colleagues. You can magnetize it into your life. Joint venture partners, all of that you can magnetize into your life once you have clarity on what it is exactly you want to bring into your life. What you cannot magnetize is you cannot magnetize a soulmate, at least not with this technique, the techniques here. You cannot magnetize intimate relationships. Okay, that requires a lot more in-depth work, basically on yourself more than on someone else. Okay? And another thing that's important to know is you cannot change people by using magnetism. Okay? Magnetism is solely for bringing things to you. Okay? Now, okay. Yeah? What things? Let's write down here on the list. While I'm collecting my notes, what things do you want to magnetize into your life? What things do you want to attract into your life? What kind of money or objects or qualities? Kind of people do you want to magnetize into your life? You know, you can magnetize not just individuals, you can magnetize groups of people. So you want to do a course, or you want to have a conference. You want to magnetize the participants. You can also do that. So magnetizing people you can do. So let's write down here in the comments below what you want to magnetize into your life. What do you want to attract into your life? Actually, you can put the lesson on pause while you do that. Okay, so here we go. There are 6 basic principles to magnetizing things into your life, okay? 6 basic principles. 1, know how what you're asking for will be the appropriate expression for whatever higher quality you want to express more frequently in your life. Okay? Remember, we talked about it in the previous lesson. What kind of qualities do you want to express in your life? You can't say, or it'll be very difficult to magnetize, let's say, a new house without thinking about what you want that new house to represent for you. You want to have more space or privacy or a place to entertain and host other people, or you want a status symbol even as a quality that you can want to have, but it needs to be a higher quality. You're a higher person, okay? Coming from the greater good. What are the qualities that you want? If the qualities that you want are not in alignment with a higher quality of good, then they really can't happen. It's like if you want to have a house so that your sister-in-law will be jealous, that's not really going to work. Okay? But if you want to have a house so that you can be in a better neighborhood and send your kids to better schools, if you will, better quality environment, more space, a big garden so that you can entertain or your kids can play outside and you can enjoy the fresh air, those are higher qualities. Okay. The next principle is, here, number 2, magnetize the essence or feature of what you want as well as a specific form. So let's say that we're talking about a house. You know what? Yeah, let's speak about a house. Maybe I'll go on in the next thing. I'll go on to some business examples because that's where we talk a lot about business as well. But let's say the house. You want a house to have, let's say the features that you want it to have or the essence is you wanted to have a lot of rooms, or a big living room, or a playroom, or a kitchen, a big kitchen with all the best appliances so that you can cook a lot and you can entertain a lot. Okay, so you're talking more about the essence of what you want. You want to be able to, let's talk about qualities, and going back one step. Qualities could be security, could be love for a house, A house could be an embodiment of love that you have for your family, or security, financial security that you might want. The functionalities, the essence, and the features could be a lot of space, a big garden that you want, to have outdoor life. You combine those things. The next thing you need to do, the third step, is to ask for what you want or even more. A lot of times, especially people are coming from a point of view of being financially stressed. People are afraid to ask for what they want. It might seem to them too much, too big. I'll talk about that a little later in the next principles, after the principles. However, ask for what you want. Let's say that you live in a small little apartment or a small little home in a neighborhood that's not so great, and you want a big home with 5 bedrooms in a beautiful neighborhood, and you think, oh, that's not for me, I can never do that, it's not going to happen. You close yourself. You won't be able to magnetize it if you don't believe that you can have it. You have to define it. I want a house in a nice neighborhood with 5 bedrooms. Okay, it's to provide, to be secure and have a loving environment for my family. Okay, say what you want. And if, I'll get into it a little bit later, you could also say something more than what you want. Expand your vision into things that you never thought of before. So you can say, okay, I want to have a nice house in this neighborhood. Okay, now let's see if you can expand it. I want to have a nice house in a better neighborhood. Think of it a little bit about the next steps up. So if let's say that you live in an apartment and you're thinking about, okay, I want an apartment, another apartment. Well, let's say maybe you really want a house. So why don't you say that? Okay, so really say, ask for what you want or even more. Number 4, love and intend to have what you are asking for. Okay, don't just say, oh, I want to have, I'm going to bring it to the work environment. You want to have new offices or a new storefront, okay? If you don't really want that, or you're just saying that because you think that's what you need to have, and you're not really interested in having that, and you don't believe, no, that's the next step, okay? And you don't really want to have that, then don't ask for it. You don't have to do things because other people say you need to have it. Let's say you're working from home and you're comfortable working from home and everyone's saying to you, oh, you need to get office space, and you don't really want that, then don't ask for it. You need to really love and intend to have what you are asking for. Okay? And that brings me into number 5. Believe that what you are asking for is possible to have. It is possible to have it. If you say you want it, but you don't believe deep down inside that you can have it, again, you cannot magnetize it. Okay? It has to be something you really want to have, you can see yourself using, you know that it's possible to have it. Okay? That's number 5. And number 6 is it is important not to need what you are magnetizing. You need to maintain a certain detachment. Okay? Once you become needy, and it's not really for your higher and greater good, it's really like a Band-Aid and not a lifestyle that you want to have. So do not be needy and do not latch on to needing what you're asking for. You want it, you want to have it, it's for your greater good, and then you need to maintain some sort of detachment. Okay, why do I say that? Because the universe acts in its own way. It has its own plan. It knows what is best for you. And the delivery of the essence, the expression, the quality, the functionality may come from a lot of different places. Okay, so don't be too focused on needing to have the, let's say, the format, the physical look and feel of the thing that you want to have. Okay, remain a little bit detached. Leave it up to the universe to fulfill your dreams and to bring you what you want. So those are the 6 basic principles. Okay, once you start doing this energy work, and you start to think about what it is that you want to bring into your life, and you want to define it, some of the principles that I talked about, I'll remind you. Ask for what you want. Love and intend to have what you're asking for. Okay? Believe that what you're asking for is possible to have. Those are number 3, 4, and 5. Okay? What I want you to do is now to harmonize them. You've defined them. You've talked about them. You've said what you want to magnetize into your life. What I want you to do is use the energy, basic energy that we spoke about in the beginning, that feeling of magnetism, that spiral surrounding you. And I want you to use it every day. Think about those things that you want inside that energy. Create that energy, and then think about those things that you want. You can think about how you're going to take care of them, or where you're going to put them, or how you're going to use it, or how they're going to affect your life. When you're doing this kind of this work, this energy work, thinking about those things that you define that you want to bring into your life, a lot of times fears and concerns can come up. Okay, if you have fears and concerns about bringing something that you want into your life, as long as those fears are there, that's going to block the attraction of getting that thing into your life. So when the fears come up, you need to deal with them. You need to address them. First, start by saying, okay, acknowledging that this is a fear that I have. Okay, a lot of times the fears that you have, I think we spoke about it before, they might not be your fears. Okay, it might be a story that you tell yourself that's not based really on reality. So see what they are, write them down, and see if you can resolve those fears and concerns. A lot of times someone might want to have, let's say, we're talking in a business environment, you want to have more clients. But then your little voice might be saying to you that if you have more clients, you won't have enough time to take care of your family. Okay, so how are you going to magnetize more clients if you feel that you won't have enough time to take care of your family? So start thinking about, okay, when, not if, when you have more clients, how are you going to take care of your family? Okay, and start using the energy around those thoughts. Go into this energetic state, create this energy, and start thinking about all the things that you can do in order to have more clients and take care of your family. For example, okay, so the fears that come up, start to deal with them, but start to deal with them in an energetic state. Okay, and again, it's a couple of minutes. I'm not talking about sitting and meditating for hours every day, just a couple of minutes. Okay, you don't have to be magnetizing into your life 50 different things at the same time. Okay, you might want to go 1 or 2 or 3 things, but work on them. Don't just say, okay, this is what I want to manifest in my life and let it go. Think about it. Imagine, think about what it'll be like to live under the new circumstances of having that thing in your life, how you would use it. And do it a couple of minutes every day, and it'll bring that thing much faster into your life. Okay, now here I have a couple of tips to make it a little bit easier. Okay, I spoke about, when I talked about the principles, the idea that you would say that you want to magnetize something that you don't believe you can really have. Okay? Or you're not saying exactly what you want because you think that what you want is really so far out of reach that it's not realistic. What I want you to do is, in this energetic state, create this energy around you, this spiral, this magnetism, whatever you want to call it, what we did at the beginning of this lesson, and start to think about living in that environment. But what you might want to do, if you don't believe that something is accessible, attainable for you, go a step further. Jump to something that's even bigger than that, and start to try to get comfortable with what is bigger than that. For example, let's say that you want to have you're launching a new product. Let's say that you're launching a new product and you want to have 50 people buy on the first hour or the first 2 hours of the launch, you want to have 50 people buy your product, whatever it may be, whether it be live, whether it be on the internet, it doesn't really matter, but you want to sell 50 right at the onset of the launch. And you're kind of fuzzy. Can I do that? Is it possible? Is that realistic? What I'm going to suggest you do is, yes, if that's what you want, say that's what you want. Be clear with what you want. Why don't you start playing with the idea of having 100 people buy it or 200 people buy it, and start, while you're in this energetic state, this magnetizing state, start to think about how it would be for you to have 200 people buy it or 100 people buy it, something that's more than what you really want and expect. The more you become comfortable, and it might be a stretch for you at the beginning, but if you do it, if you're consistent, keep doing it every day, a little bit of a thought of, wow, during my launch, I actually sold to 200 people. You bring yourself closer to 200 people, then generating, magnetizing 50 that you actually really wanted to have will become a lot easier, and maybe even you'll expand it because you already got used to having 100 or 200 in your mindset. Okay? Continue to do this. Try it out again and again. Feel your life, your reactions, the circumstance of having whatever it is that you want in your life. Feel it right now in that energetic state. It's called wearing. You're wearing a larger version of what you really want. Another thing I want to talk about is the tip. You can magnetize. You can get into the state of magnetizing as much as you want or as little as you want. It's enough. It is enough, believe me, to do it once. Okay, but you can do it as many times as you want. You can do it a few times a day. You can do it once a day. You can do it as many times as you want. You have a couple of minutes, generate this energetic state, start thinking about those things that you want to magnetize into your life, and feel good with it. If it becomes too much, too stressed, that you find yourself scheduling a time to do it, and you're feeling stressed and pressured about it, and you're not doing it for real, you're doing it to make like a V, say, I did it, not good. Okay? So do it as frequently as you want, or as infrequently as you want. It's okay. But just as long as you feel comfortable with it, you're happy with it, it feels comfortable for you. It could be a few minutes, it could be a half hour, and it could be just once. You know, just go with the flow. Once you start creating stress in magnetizing, then you will not be able to do it. Okay? So do not create any stress. Do what feels good for you. Once is enough, and you can do it as many times as you want. Just feel good. Okay? Don't let it become stressful. So that is it on magnetizing, how you can magnetize. You become a magnet, magnetize things into your life. I want to leave you with 3 affirmations for this week and 1 attracting quality of magnetism. Okay? So the affirmations are, I am increasingly magnetic to money, prosperity, and abundance. I create what I want with energy. And good things come to me easily. Those are great affirmations. You can say them every day, okay? As much as you want. Start believing it. The more you say it, the more your subconscious believes it. And the attracting quality that I want to express with you today, we're talking about qualities, behaviors that are abundant, that attract abundance, that bring you into abundance, okay? Create a life that is abundant, okay? The quality is expecting the best to happen. If you are a person, you are adopt this quality of becoming a person that expects the best to happen for real, then you can already today, right now, start living a life of abundance. Okay, so thank you so much for being with me today. Next week, we are going to talk about following your inner guidance. I'm so glad that you came. I'm Mindy Stern signing off, and I am here dedicated to your personal, your financial, and your business empowerment. Have a great week. Bye.